I've been meeting with other organizations here in Traverse to figure out what kind of stuff we are doing in this area. And one of the things that brought me to was the QRT up here in Traverse City, the Quick Response Team. If you're not familiar with the QRT, what that is, it was created just a couple years ago, 2020, I believe, 2021. And it was just a few organizations who got together and said, we're working with these similar populations. We should probably be working together so that we can coordinate efforts. And through that, it was just, I believe, the Goodwill Inn and Safe Harbor at the time, I think, and the police social worker. It has now grown to 12 primary partners who work specifically with a number of clients, and I think it's so 51 secondary partners, one of which is FAN, who coordinate efforts to provide services for people who have three qualifying factors. You have to be a person with substance use disorder, a person with a mental health disorder, or someone experiencing homelessness. And then the third, I guess that sounded like three. That was I think it's substance use disorder or mental health disorder is one, and then you have to be a person within the city limits right now of Traverse City. Although I've heard, as of the last meeting, I believe it's expanding to the county. That's one of the things that we're working on, because Traverse City is not like the city limits. It's very small. So I found out about that QRT and started going as a representative for FAN. And that has brought us to a lot of, or fulfilling a lot of the needs in the area. So when we started FAN, or when FAN was started prior to my coming on board, it was a little more for families. So we recognize that substance use disorder is not just something that affects the individual going through substance use, but also the people surrounding that person. And there are not a lot of resources out there. There's still not a lot of resources out there for the people that who don't have substance use disorder, but are living with those people and supporting them through their lives. So FAN is still trying to find its footing to become that organization that can help provide resources for those families. So we do have 4 forums a year where we tackle issues that are going on within the community. We bring in individuals who are experiencing substance use disorder in some facet. So I know we have should have brought my list with me of the meetings coming up this year, but we're going to talk about, I know one of the things that we're talking about is actually the aging population and the overdose rates that we're seeing in the 55 and up populations. So we've got Dr. McGraham coming to talk about that in April, I believe that is. Actually, it might be March. And so we'll have someone also share part of their story that overlaps with that experience. Someone who has either experienced an overdose as an elderly person, not elderly, sorry, 55 and up, but as someone in that population, because there are a lot of reasons that we're seeing that in this area. So in addition to those things, and then I think one of the other topics that we're going to talk about this year is human trafficking, because this is I know Mackinac Island is one of the top areas in the entire country for human trafficking. So spotting those signs and what to do in those situations. So providing forums, we have a board. We pulled back. We were doing forums 12 months a year, and we recognized that part of what we needed to do was focus on doing more man, my brain isn't working. I guess I need some more coffee. More effective, instead of doing 12 forms that don't get a lot of attendance, doing 4 forms that we can really do a good job at to try to build a following. So, and in addition to that, we're providing services for the community. So as I've been sitting on the QRT meetings, which happen every 3 weeks, a lot of needs have come up within the community, and FAN has been able to fulfill those needs. So, we participated in the cleanup of the pines. We have been able to give gift cards to the homeless population that have been used. It's Officer, how do you pronounce her last name? Officer Krista. Let's call her Officer Krista because I think it's Brzezinski. And she works directly with that unhoused population, gives them $10 gift cards, and they help provide services like cleaning up trash in the areas that they're located. They were a big part of the cleanup for the Pines. You pick up 3 bags of trash and you get a $10 gift card to Burger King, McDonald's, something that helps them feel motivated to participate in keeping those areas less unorganized. So FAN has several times now provided gift cards for that. We worked directly with 217 Recovery. When they lost all of their funding, FAN was able to step in and provide rides for people that were trying to get into rehab or into those treatment facilities. And there was no funding at that time to get those people there. I personally drove someone from Traverse City up to Sault Ste. Marie with her 3 kids so that she could go to a treatment facility and take her kids with her. FAN has also provided a gas card. There was a gentleman in Cadillac who has a grandson who the only method of treatment that has been successful for him has been methadone. And as you all probably know, the only methadone clinic is in Gaylord. And so he is driving, I think still, from Cadillac to Gaylord every day. And so FAN bought him a $250 gift card or gas card to help offset some of those costs. We cooked dinner for Safe Harbor recently. That's actually a thing that we've discussed on our board. That's going to be an annual event every November, going in and providing a meal for the people staying at Safe Harbor. We had a grant to buy backpacks for the homeless. We participated in a what is that thing called? It's a driver's license. The name is escaping me, but it was in April last year. We had one here in Grand Traverse. FAN paid for, I think it was 100 of the fees for the people who just needed to print the reports to find out where they stood in the driver's license process. Because if you've ever lost your license and tried to get it back, it is not an easy thing to navigate. And so they've been doing those workshops throughout Northern Michigan, which is so fantastic. And when they brought it here to Traverse, we helped cover the fees for those individuals to be able to get those reports, so they could talk to the other people at that workshop and find out where they were in that process, how they could move forward in that process, and how they could work to get their license back. And then there was actually one individual there that day who was able to pay a fee and walk out with her driver's license. And so FAN helped support that cost that day. So and Jana has actually come back and spoken at FAN to share her success story because she's got over a year clean now. So
it's Michigan's Road to Restoration program.
Thank you, Road to Restoration.